Good evening. Coming up tonight, USC student government elections have begun. More on the student campaigns.
Big overtime win for Gamecock soccer this week. What our head coach had to say about the victory.
And finally, HBO has announced the revival of an award-winning 90s classic, but it might not be the show you were expecting.
All of that and more tonight on SGTV Nightly News.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse studio, this is SGTV Nightly News.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Lydia Blackstone.
And I'm Eliza Pearl-Philpott. Thank you for joining us tonight.
The student government elections here at University of South Carolina are in full swing. Offices to be voted on for student body president, vice president, speaker of the Senate, and treasurer. The student government debate was on Tuesday, where all of the candidates came forward to share their vision for the future of USC. In an SGTV News 4 Twitter poll, we asked students who they thought won the debate. 41.9% voted for student body president candidate Caden Askew. Trailing behind him in a poll was Alex Harrell at 29%, Aiden Baker at 25.9%, and Cameron Butler at 3.2%. While these candidates will be campaigning all week leading up to the election, Aiden Baker and Emily Dingler's Evolve campaign released a statement that Baker will not be on the campaign trail due to a family emergency. The election will take place on Monday and Tuesday of next week, and students will be able to vote on Self-Service Carolina. Stay up to date with on everything to do with student government elections on SGTV News 4's Twitter and socials.
The campus COVID-19 dashboard has been updated on February 15th. New cases are down by 10, with the current campus total active cases being 76. The percent positive rate, however, has increased to 1.5%. This is a 0.88% more than last dashboard report. The campus alert level remains at new normal. The total COVID-19 cases for the state of South Carolina is at 431,074, which is an increase of 1,451 cases since yesterday. There was also 32 new deaths, bringing the current total to 7,277.
Today was a big day at the State House, with Governor Henry Mcmaster signing the Fetal Heartbeat Bill into South Carolina law. The law is to prevent an abortion from taking place if the baby's heartbeat can be heard on an ultrasound prior to the abortion, with some exceptions. 1 hour before the bill was signed into law, Planned Parenthood filed a lawsuit to try to prevent it from going into effect. Planned Parenthood's claim is that the bill is unconstitutional. However, Attorney General Alan Wilson said he is ready to go to court to defend the bill. Multiple states have passed similar laws, and pro-life supporters have hopes that laws like these could be taken on to the Supreme Court. With former President Donald Trump's 3 Supreme Court justices now on the bench, the court holds a conservative majority, meaning landmark SCOTUS cases like Roe v. Wade could be in jeopardy of being overturned.
Casey City Council members designated the first Monday in March as COVID-19 Victims and Survivors Memorial Day. March 1st will be a day of remembrance to those who have lost their lives and in honor of those who are forever marked by COVID and continue to suffer from the impact of the virus. Casey Mayor Ellis Parton said, "It is also an opportunity to recognize our amazing first responders and healthcare workers that continue to be at the forefront of the pandemic each day." Council members are hopeful that this day of remembrance will also bring awareness of the importance for people to get vaccine appointments. Wow, Lydia, I love how they're implementing this day. It is so important to recognize these people that have been affected by COVID and still are being affected by COVID.
And you know, it doesn't just benefit the people that have survived by it, but also the families that have lost somebody due to COVID, for sure.
Coming up, we have the latest on sports, including a hard-fought loss by our own women's volleyball team. Welcome back, everyone. The South Carolina men's soccer team won a dramatic overtime victory against USC Upstate last night. Let's check in with News 4 sports analyst Wade Rainey to give us the details. Wade?
Thanks, Eliza Pearl. Brian Banahan's 96th-minute goal made the difference for the Gamecock men's soccer team last night against USC Upstate. Logan Frost opened the scoring in the 59th minute, but the Spartans hit back in the 72nd with a Jeremy Montero strike. The game went into overtime, and Banahan came up with a decisive goal, slotting the ball past the USC Upstate keeper to earn the win. It was a huge moment for us, head coach Mark Burson said on the Banahan goal. Huge, solid win. For a lot of our players with us, starting a lot of freshmen in the lineup, this was their first overtime situation. That was important and big for us to get the win. South Carolina makes the short trip to Furman on Sunday for their next game. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. The South Carolina men's basketball team suffered a tough loss on the road against Tennessee last night. Victor Bailey led the hot shooting Volunteers, drilling 7 3-pointers en route to a career-high 29 points. 19th-ranked Tennessee led by 11 points at halftime, a lead that would grow as large as 20 points as the Vols cruised to a 93-73 victory. Despite the loss, junior A.J. Lawson continued to shine for the Gamecocks, pouring in a team-high 20 points. The Gamecocks return home this Saturday when they play host to the 20th-ranked Missouri Tigers. Tip-off is at 2 p.m., and the game will be televised on ESPN2. That's what's happening for Columbia Sports. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Wade. Coming up, a documentary about a former Disney star's past debuting next month. Keep watching to find out who. Welcome back, Carolina. A prominent royal family member has been admitted to the hospital earlier this week. Here are the details with News 4 entertainment anchors Lindsay Harshringer and Chelsea Bynes.
Thank you, Lydia. UK's Prince Philip was admitted to the hospital Tuesday evening after falling ill earlier this week. 99-year-old Prince Philip is the husband of UK's Queen Elizabeth II. Doctors treating Prince Philip in King Edward VII Hospital say they believe his illness is not related to COVID-19. Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth received the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine back in January. Hoping for a quick recovery, the royal family is excited to celebrate Philip's 100th birthday this coming June. I mean, it's great that they've already gotten the COVID-19 first vaccine.
Yeah.
Still awful that he's in the hospital. I'm really hoping that he's able to make it to that 100th birthday. That's a huge milestone.
That's what I'm saying as well. I wonder if it's from the vaccine, but who knows?
It could honestly be from the vaccine.
Yeah, but they were saying January, so who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, but hopefully he'll be all right.
On Wednesday night, Demi Lovato's documentary trailer, Dancing with the Devil, premiered on YouTube. Dancing with the Devil will be a documentary series about her near-fatal drug overdose and how it impacted her life. Demi reveals that she had 3 strokes and a heart attack in the hospital when recovering from her overdose. At a panel on Wednesday, Demi revealed that she was left with brain damage and still deals with the effects of it today. She stated, "I don't drive a car because I have blind spots on my vision, and I also, for a really long time, had a really hard time reading. It was a big deal when I was able to read out of a book because my vision was so blurry." The 4-part docuseries is set to release on March 23rd, only on YouTube. This is so crazy.
I know, I didn't know that having an overdose could have such long-lasting effects.
Right, effects on her body, like
And the fact that she
detrimental
can't even
effects.
drive, she's too scared to drive because of this, that's absolutely awful.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Well, today's Black History fact comes all the way from outer space, where Dr. Mae C. Jemison became the first Black woman to become an astronaut. Just over 30 years ago, on June 4th, 1987, Dr. Jemison was admitted to NASA's astronaut training program. 5 years later, on September 12th, Jemison became the first Black woman to travel into space aboard the Endeavour. She began her career journey as a general practitioner in Southern California and then went on to work in the Peace Corps. However, she decided to make a massive career change in 1985 and was one of the 15 people chosen for the NASA program out of the 2,000 applicants. After her historical flight, Dr. Jemison received a numerous amount of awards and honors, including having a school in Detroit, Michigan named after her. I think this is absolutely amazing. I actually have the same birthday as Mae Jemison, so yeah. I have loved her since I was in elementary school, but yeah, she's just super cool. Well, that's all we have for you guys tonight. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Lindsay and Chelsea. Coming up after the break, meteorologist Kaden Dinkins will let you know what to expect for this week's forecast, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everybody. We'll jump right into it. So as of today, we have had a flash flood warning all day for the river, and it is actually rising up to the brim and about to spill over a little bit. But that flash flood advisories does stay until 7 a.m. and there will be heavy rain through the night until the next morning. And then the rain continues tomorrow. So there's about a 90
High 80 to 90% chance of rain tonight, and then that continues through tomorrow, but it will be only in the high 50s, so that can be some spotted showers. But there is a clear and cool weekend. Let's hope and pray for that one. As moving on, right now in Columbia, South Carolina, it is 42 degrees. It feels like 38 with a wind chill of going northeast at 6 miles per hour and a humidity of 93% with all that rain coming in. It is cold and wet outside, and then it will, like I said, it will continue through the night and into tomorrow and continue for the rest of the day. Now moving on to this week, Friday it is going to be showers likely with a high of 48 and a low of 31, and then Saturday it is clear and sunny with a high of 49 and a low of 27. Mostly sunny on Sunday with a high of 53 and a low of 37, and then we jump right back into those showers on Monday. They are spotty, but we do jump right back into them with a high of 59 and a low of 37, and then on Tuesday we can hope for a little bit of a breakthrough, and hopefully it's sunny with a high of 61 and a low of 40. And then moving on to Wednesday, we have a sunny day as well. Let's hope that stays with us with a high of 65 and a low of 43. And that's your forecast for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in to the weather, and now make sure you stay tuned for Carolina Canines.
And finally tonight's edition of Carolina Canines features Bailey. The picture was sent in to us by Sadie Fink. Bailey is a 2-year-old yellow lab and loves running around in the yard, stealing food off the kitchen counter, and sleeping with her mom. So precious.
Oh, I just love this edition of Carolina Canines, just to see all the dogs. It makes me miss my dog that much more.
Every single week, we both talk about this, wanting to get in the car, go home, and see our dogs.
Absolutely.
But I love that. So sweet.
That's all we have for you on tonight's edition of SGTV Nightly News.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC to keep up with all of our content. Also be sure to visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV Nightly News, I'm Lydia Blackstone.
And I'm Eliza Pearl-Philpott. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina, and forever to thee.